Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us this week on our show. Each Monday we have different organizations come into our studio here and talk about what's going on in those organizations, and we pick up a lot of good information, hopefully disseminate that information back out to our viewers in case you don't know what these organizations do and can do for you, and many of them already doing a lot of things. We have some really good organizations around our viewing area. We're real fortunate to be here in the Ozarks. People are very giving here in the Ozarks, and they band together to help when there's a problem or situation or an entity that needs help, and we should be proud of that. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a lady about what's going on down at the Boone County Library.
Say it. It's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. That somebody's me. I'm Bruce Lovins, better known as Little Bruce on the Roof, at your service.
That was over 20 years ago. The hat has changed, but we still provide the same great service. We not only clean chimneys, we do dryer vents, gutters, and handyman jobs.
Little Bruce on the Roof Chimney Services. Call 870-688-3389 and let Bruce come to you. That's Little Bruce on the Roof. Call 870-688-3389.
Call me.
A hint of autumn is in the air, and the staff at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop invite you to stop in and browse their selection of new fall and holiday gift ideas. Check out their new line of organic grow kits, including basil, thyme, sage, rosemary, and many more. For you Razorback fans, Sisters has a large assortment of mugs, trays, banners, clothing items, and accessories. From fall and holiday floral arrangements, unique centerpieces, colorful wall decor, or exquisite serving pieces, Sisters has just the right item for any occasion. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest in the program today is Tina Farmer. Tina with the Boone County Library. Nice to have you with us, Tina.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
First time you've been on our show, I think. Of course, we must tell everybody that normally Ginger Milan has become the star of our show for the Boone County. About once a month, Ginger comes in, and she notified me and said, I'd like to have Tina come in and talk about something very interesting, and many people utilize this type of service, but this is kind of new for us. And National Historic Register, we hear about it a lot, but what is it? I mean, what is that what's that comprise of?
Well, I'm going to read you the definition.
Okay, good.
Okay, the National Register of Historic Places is the United States federal government's official list of districts, sites, buildings, structures, and objects deemed worthy of preservation.
Okay, well it's a federal program.
It is.
It's a federal program. Boone County Library has a lot of different programs throughout the month, every month. It's amazing, and the big percentage of their programs that they offer to the public are free. And you can go down there anytime, and not only is it a great library, and we're real fortunate to have a library of the size of the Boone County Library here in our community, but they do a lot of different things. Okay, so you've got a program coming up. Is it only for Boone County people?
No, that's one of the great things about our library. Of course, we are here to serve Boone County, but we also serve our surrounding counties, because we're a larger entity, so they come in and use our resources here too. And with this program, you can just be in any of our neighboring counties and come in and listen. You may have a structure that you would want to put on this historic register, and Callie Williams is our lady that's going to be coming to speak to us about this. She's the National Register Historian from the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program, and she's going to give us the criteria, property incentives, and tell us more or less how you can go about registering, or if you want to register on could be a home, it could be a school. As a matter of fact, there are things such as grain elevators in some states that they deem as historic and worthy of preservation. So it can be your personal home, maybe it's an older home, historical nature, you could have that placed on the National Register.
Wow, I didn't know that. I guess I always just thought, I've seen business places, but I guess I didn't realize any structure could be put on there if it's if it qualifies.
If it meets their criteria. Of course, we normally think of like the courthouse, our Boone County Courthouse, or the old jail. Those are listed on there. They were the first structures in Boone County that were listed on the National Register, and that was back in 1976. This came into place in 1966 is when they passed a law that they could now preserve historic structures. And so 10 years later, Boone County stepped in and got the old county jail, and then they got the Boone County Courthouse placed.
Wow.
But as of today, we have about 21 things that are registered on the National Register of Historic Places.
I've heard people talk about getting a building on the historic register. Is there any downside to it, or is there an upside to it? I mean, once you get it on there, are you required? Does the government take over what you can do with it, and so forth? Tell a little bit about how that works.
Those are excellent questions, and that's what a lot of people have asked me in the past with my job at the library. They'll come in and say, I live in a historic home, I need more information, who lived here, things of that nature. And I had a couple that approached me a couple of months ago, and they were wanting to get a home listed on the historic register that's here in town, and I knew nothing at all. But as I tell patrons, ask the question, I'll find the person that does know. And that's when I got in contact with the office in Little Rock, and there is certain criteria you have to meet. And as you said, is there a downside? Is there an upside? You can get, I think there are some tax incentives. There should be government grants to help restore the home. But now the downside of it, that I'm going to be sure that Ms. Williams comes and speak to us about. I even had one person say, what if your home's on it? Can you get your home withdrawn from that? So we're going to try to get her to answer all these questions. This is going to be kind of a beginning. You can come in and not know anything. You may just say, I have an older home. It's over 50 years old. I'm just curious. Could it be listed on that? So this would be the time and the date to come would be next Tuesday evening.
Okay. You mentioned 50. Is that the key? It has to be at least 50 years old? Is that one of the keys?
Well, one thing I've read on one of the government websites is it is a rule 50 years or older, but they have been known to have to break that rule for certain things, maybe a ship, things of that nature.
Okay.
Like here in Boone County, we have some of the more, normally we think of old homes or old building structures such as that, but we actually have a tunnel, we have 2 bridges, of course hotel, and then we do have some private homes that are already listed here in Boone County. Now of those that are on the National Register, there's over 1 million on the entire National Register. 80,000 of those are listed to individuals.
Wow.
So it isn't something like your county courthouse or something like that. It could be a private residence.
You know, now that you mentioned that, you think about it sometimes, but obviously the Hotel Seville is a good example here. If I remember right, at one time, maybe it's about the time I moved back here, was what used to be, I think the Reynolds family own it, what used to be Walters, that corner there. Was that put on the register? Do you know?
Well,
they had
certain.
maybe it was Main Street, or maybe it
Now,
was some grant
did.
money or something.
There are some buildings that come around Main Street
Yeah,
that
like the
are on
Shadox
it.
building there.
Because whenever I was looking at the list, they didn't have them designated each building, but there is 2 to 3 sides of the square that is deemed.
Okay, that's where that is. I bet that's where that was there. Well, that's really interesting. I'm trying to think of another thing that there's a bridge, if I recall, that's out where you go out Cottonwood Road.
The Haggard Ford.
Is that on the register?
That's on the register. Yeah.
It's like an old swinging bridge, they call it there, and they've maintained that, and I mean, you don't use it. Pedestrians can go across, but
right. It's preserved our history, part of our county history that's preserved.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when you just mentioned the bridge there, the Cricket and Crest tunnels at Omaha, the old railroad tunnels, those are on that. I'm just trying to think of some of the unusual ones, like the Missouri North Arkansas Depot at Bellefonte. That's on there also. And of course, Grub Springs School, out on Highway 43,
Sure.
Valley Springs School, the old Albright building, that's on there. But there's also private homes. We have one, of course, we have the Kirby Manor. It's on there in 12 Oaks. But there's also one at, I've lost the name of it. It's on Central. There's one on Central Avenue.
Yes, I know.
The Duncan House.
Yes.
That one's on there.
Yes, the Duncan House. Of course, I like history, and I guess one of the downsides, or could be the upside, of getting older is you get to thinking about history. And as you get older, if you grew up in a community, I grew up in this area and moved away for a long time and came back, and you get to thinking about some of the history as you get older. And I'm not sure why, but maybe you figure the time's down the road, it's getting near, but it means more to you maybe than when you're a young person. You're not thinking much about it. But we have a lot of history in this area.
We do.
We don't think about it sometimes, but
we're very rich in the history of this area.
We are. You think about the Buffalo National River. We were just talking about floating and so forth as a kid, and haven't used it since I was an adult. Unfortunately, now it's a national river, part of the Department of Interior. But when it was just the Buffalo River, local people probably used it even more than they do today, or at least a lot of people do. It is a beautiful river, and if you look at some of the counties around us, there's a lot of history. Searcy County, Marion County, Newton County, a lot of old buildings and churches and facilities that a lot of them they've maintained, and I'm sure a lot of them on the register
Right.
there as well. So
that's one of the reasons I really wanted to host this program at the library, because, and outside of our county and other counties also, we have old schools. Maybe they're being used as community buildings, things of that nature, that someone is probably on a community board of some sort to govern that. If they were interested and thought, hey, we need to get this listed,
well, that's great.
that would be the time, the place to come
Yeah.
see us at the library.
Of course, another thing, we've got about 2 minutes left, and I want to remind them of the date, but genealogy is a big thing anymore. People, family trees, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
And if you ever want to get into that, Boone County Library, a great source, and they can help you there on that. So don't forget, the library is more than just books. They have lots and lots of information. Of course, they're tied in electronically anymore. You've got electronic books, you got the World Web, whatever. But let's remind them again on this event coming up.
It will be Tuesday, October the 11th. I'll serve refreshments at 5, and then we'll have the program at 5:30. They can come with all kinds of questions, and I look forward to a good crowd.
That'll be a good program to go to. If you have an older home or old building that maybe was used for business a long time ago, or you know of like we're talking about the bridge, if you know of a site or a place that may or may not be. If you're not sure, go down there. This will be great. Callie Williams will be there. She's an expert in this, and you can ask any questions you want to. It'll be an informal type thing, I'm sure.
Yes.
And again, free of charge, Boone County Library, always bringing these various events. Tina, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in today. Sounds like a fun thing, and anytime you have something coming up in the future, don't hesitate to give us a call. We'd love to have you on our program and talk about it.
More.
And let the people know what's going on and all the great work that you guys are doing down at the Boone County Library.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a couple of young ladies about what's going on at North Arkansas College these days on Connection.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence. Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show today. As always, we like to bring you information about different organizations and entities around our area and what they're doing and what's important to you, or should be important to you, as you live in our viewing area here. Two ladies from North Arkansas College with us today. Mickey Summers, who's been involved and on our programs for many, many years and does a fantastic job over the marketing department at the college. Melissa Bray, my first time to meet you, Melissa, but Melissa's here to talk about a big grant that she wrote for North Arkansas College. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the grant.
First of all, let me say that I had a lot of help writing this grant.
I was going to give all the credit to you.
No, it was a collaborative thing. We did receive almost $1 million from the Arkansas Department of Higher Education. It's a regional workforce grant, and it's our focus on it is emerging healthcare careers and advanced manufacturing.
Okay. You know, that you hear a lot of different scenarios when it comes to education these days, especially with the millennials, and education is changing. Years and years ago, people said, well, you got to go to college, you need to get your 4-year degree at least, get a degree, and then get out in the workforce. And that's still the case for professional people. But there's also a big need for technical school degrees, and
yes.
Obviously nursing is a big deal, and then all the medical fields. I just say nursing, that's just one of so many. Mm-hmm. And North Ark has been such a leader, and I've been very impressed since moving back here how North Ark has been such a leader, particularly in the medical field. Mm-hmm. And for a junior college, has put out probably as many nursing professionals and medical professionals in the various areas as any college in Arkansas or even around the region, I would say. But there is a big need for that. And now, so is this kind of a collaborative effort that the college is doing with business?
Yes,
local?
It is. We had to have several business partners, and those business partners are Pace Industry, Wabash, Westrock, Claridge, and then we also reached out to the different counties that connect to us. We went to DeCommon in Berryville, Tyson Foods, Baxter Healthcare, or some people call it Baxter Labs in Baxter County. And then we're also partnering with the OUR Co-op, which includes all of our 16 service area schools. So we will be working with not only the industry, but also all of the area school districts in our region.
Fantastic. So what, improvement-wise, how do you see this going forward with these factories and so forth? How's this going to help them?
Well, with the basis of this grant, the focus really is to reduce the skills gap. And we are concentrating on these two different areas. And with the healthcare side of it, what we're going to be doing is we are developing a new program called the Certified Medical Assisting Program. So we're going to be adding a new program, and then we're also going to be expanding our CNA, which is the Certified Nursing program, to increase more classes for that. So those are two programs on the healthcare side. Another one on the healthcare side will be an actual workforce training program that we are, which also NAFI and the hospital are partnered with us, and we will be working with our local EMS to develop a community paramedic program. And
Very
what
good.
these people will be doing is they will be going out doing home visits, and the purpose of this is to help get hospital patients where they are not readmitted. We hope to get out into those homes and do home visits to make sure they're doing their medical treatments, their medications correctly, to reduce that readmittance into the hospital. Now, on the advanced manufacturing side of it, we're working with the area industry partners on that to get them a skilled workforce, not only a new workforce coming out, but also to work with them on their current workforce, anybody that needs any upskilling, to work with them on getting that taken care of as well.
You know, I would think, unfortunately, it's been a long time since we've had any new industry actually move into this area. We've had some leave through the years because of overseas or moving to the south into Mexico or whatever the situation, no different than every city in the United States. So it's changing, industry is changing. But a lot of the misconceptions, I think, about manufacturing and so forth is that, again, some people think, well, do I need to go get a 4-year degree, or can I make a good living and help the local, national economy, worldwide economy by getting into some trade type thing? And this sounds like a great a real good opportunity for our area because once other industries see that, if they're looking, maybe a small industry is looking to come into the area and they see what you're doing, that makes a big difference. That's a very positive thing.
Yes, and that's one of the focuses, is to help not only the current workforce that we have in our area, but to potentially attract other industries or business into this area by showing them that we do have a skilled workforce. And you are correct on education, changing, that it's not just necessarily a 4-year degree, right, but getting a skilled job. And these jobs are, highly skilled, some of them, and they make very good wages and can do that here locally,
right,
without going out.
If someone was watching our show and they wanted to get some more information, how would they kind of get in the track with this? That maybe they want to get into industry or something. Again, the college, come out to the college and be a part of that.
Yeah, I would say I would advise them to go to our website, look at our homepage. From the homepage, they can access all of the academic programs.
Right.
And the academic programs have short 2-minute videos that has the instructor talking and also a student who's been through the program, and let them know what to expect. A lot of times it's successful alumni who've gone through the program and into the workforce. So I would encourage them to kind of explore the website, see what they might like. Also, we have an event coming up, Pioneer Discovery Day, on November 9th.
Okay. And
students can sign up to take a tour with the faculty through campus and see what these areas look like. Open enrollment starts in November 10th.
For the spring.
Yeah, and spring classes start January 9th. Wow. So it is a time to be looking at, what might interest students as a career.
We are so fortunate, I think, in a community our size, to have a very active 2-year college here. And then we forget about sometimes the fact that obviously there's more entities than just the South Campus. You got the Center Campus, you got the North Campus with the technical side of it, and then Carroll County. You still have a place in Carroll County. So for people out there, you could be a young person that's getting ready to graduate from high school. You could be already out of school. You could have been in the workplace, and people have re-entered the workplace. That's been a very popular thing with our economy over the last 8-9 years. A lot of people lost their jobs for some reason, or decided to make a change, and maybe they're in their 40s, 50s, or whatever, and they want to make a change. And so a great opportunity for those people to get back in a different, maybe a totally different arena than what they were in before.
Absolutely. And one thing I couldn't fail to mention is that if you're interested in a career in manufacturing technology, PACE has donated $20,000 a year to pay for the education to help train those workers to come through into their business. And I feel like some of the other industries are going to jump on board and do the same thing, because it's so critical that we have workers to fill these needs or businesses will have to look to other areas to find a skilled workforce. So it's really, really important that we address this issue, and that's why they've put money out there that students can basically go to college free in those fields if they will apply and pursue that path. So that's out there. It's called PACE Manufacturing Technology Scholarships. The North Ark Foundation offers all kinds of allied health privately funded partnerships because of donors who've been helped by nurses and they want to give back and help train. So there's lots of opportunities and ways to pay for college. Don't let that stop any potential student that wants to change careers or enter these careers. We can find a way.
You know, Mickey, you brought up a good point there, because young people today, and particularly here in Arkansas, with and it has, the criteria has changed somewhat since the beginning, but the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is out there, and there's all kinds of opportunities if you're willing to work for it and and put effort into it. There's all kinds of opportunities for advanced educational programs that you don't have to go borrow the money and take 15, 20 years after you get out in the job market to pay for it, and that's really great. A lot of diversified programs out there that can help you or subsidize a lot of that cost out there.
It is, and that's the beauty of North Arkansas College being here. We're close to home. You can save money by living at home. Right. North Ark is 1/3 the price of a university per semester. So that means you can get a good quality, high quality education with rigorous classes and come out saving a lot of money. And then what you earn, you get to pay. Keep it.
Get to keep it. Put it in your pocket.
That's right.
Right or the left, whichever one. But we got about 2 minutes left. Mickey, what else we need to talk about at the college?
Absolutely. We got that Pioneer Discovery Day that's coming up November 9th. Open enrollment starts November 10th, but this month in October, the next event will be the Pioneer Wilderness Challenge. It's October 15th. It's a 5K run walk fundraiser for our PBL group. And October 21st and 28th is Manufacturing Days at the college. So another
Pace Industries.
Pace with Pace, yes.
Fantastic.
And then the 28th and 29th is our Best Robotics competition, and that is really cool. If anyone can take some time and come out and see that, we're the regional hub for Best Robotics, so it's teams from all over, even into Missouri, come to compete in that. It's pretty cool. That
if you've never seen these students before we run out of time, you got to check this Best Robotics competition out. It's amazing. And North Ark was one of the schools in the forefront of that Best Robotics. I can remember years and years ago when they started that, and we've covered some of those events here, and it's just amazing. So anyway, a lot of great things happening out at North Arkansas College. Got a new president. If you haven't met him, he's a wonderful guy, Dr. Randy Esther, and he is just down there. The only problem we got with him, he likes LSU. So if you're an Arkansas fan, you're going to have to kind of get him moved around, take him a hog hat. I mean, do something. But no, he's fantastic, and I know you guys are real pleased with having him come in and take over the helm here at North Arkansas College. Mickey, it's always great to see you. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support here at the studio. Very nice to meet you, and congratulations on spearheading that $1 million grant. That's a great thing for our community, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to realize the after effects once it gets rolling out there. Thanks for joining us on Connection today. We hope we brought some information to you that you didn't know about. Each Monday we have organizations come in. If you'd like to be on the show, give us a call here, 741-2566, and we'll be happy to schedule you for one of our shows. We do appreciate you joining us each week.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.
Post Monster cereals are available now at Edwards Grocery. And this year, the monsters are reaching out for your vote. Each family favorite flavor is chock full of vitamins, minerals, memories, and fun. But who do you love the best? Is it Count Chocula with all of his chocolatey goodness? Maybe Frankenberry holds that special place in your heart. Or perhaps Blueberry is the only true blue candidate for you. Pick up your favorite